All right, I'm going to start the show.
Hey friends, it's time for another new episode of the Two Clouded Mind Show with your favorite hosts, Chris
I have a very caveman brain.
and Dave.
He's falling apart in front of our eyes.
Subscribe to the Two Clouded Mind Show on YouTube and everywhere you get your podcasts.
Two Clouded Minds, baby. I love you guys.
Oh my God, you're meant to do that.
Yeah, we're back, baby. Happy Wednesday. Happy. Welcome back. You know, if you're a returning member, if not, welcome to the channel. We are the Two Clouded Mind Show. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Chris, how's it going,
Hi,
man?
Anthony. You know, it's going. I'm sick still.
Anthony, I like your pink hat.
Yeah, you look it.
Oof.
I don't know how to take that.
It's a shot. He took a shot at you. He says you look sick.
I just
Hey, speaking
Yeah, I was just
of being sick, man, how's this going to affect your fight preparation? What's going on? Any update on that?
I don't know. I don't know. Like
Because you're
the
you're
last
down.
I told my coach was that I fully have COVID and I'm not being a
Full-blown
baby about
COVID.
it. Usually I am. Dude,
You're being a little bit of a baby.
listen, come on, man.
Nah, you can't really train. You can't train for a fight with COVID. You can't even breathe.
No, I
a
can't
big
breathe.
part
I
of it.
don't
Listen,
want to get any.
Tyson won a fight with his back broken. It was spinal.
And then he took a dive
It
to
was
Jake Paul.
spinal.
So, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if he took a dive. I think he actually got beat because he's that old and slow.
Yeah,
Broken.
because
Yeah.
he showed his old man butt,
Mm,
jinxed him.
it's not what you want.
No.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was the craziest thing. If you didn't see
Funniest
that,
thing, the cameraman goes,
just like right onto his naked ass as he's walking away. You're just watching this guy, this poor old man. Oh man, poor Tyson.
Yeah. Whatever. It is what it is. But no.
So
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, since like I feel like this is directly to you, Chris,
Okay.
and I feel like a lot of challenges and a lot of things that and rightfully so, but there's a lot of challenges done for you, and I found something that we could now maybe force someone else to do.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Did a little research. And what's beautiful about this is Point Pleasant, guys. It happens to be in Point Pleasant, which we know
Isn't
not
a
that
real
far.
place. Not a real place. That's a fake place. But go ahead. Fake name. Not real.
no, like the town.
Point Pleasant. Okay, bro. I saw that movie too. Go ahead. Point Pleasant.
So, anyway, it's Hoffman's Octopus Ice Cream Sundae Challenge.
Ooh, I heard about this.
Before we go, and you didn't mention it.
I
Anywho,
forgot about it. Go ahead, kid.
obviously, octopus not involved, like the seafood. So, weight 3 pounds. Time limit. This is might be where it's your not benefit. 8 minutes.
Jesus.
Right.
8 minutes.
No way.
I mean, wait. Give it a second. You know, there's some positives to this.
Okay. Oh, wait. Hit me with it.
So,
Can you do like up to
Um,
5 or 10 people eating at the
no.
same time?
Well, listen. It's $16. That's probably the cheapest challenge we're gonna do.
Fine. To waste a whole bunch
Quick
of ice
and
cream.
easy, the way we like it. Well, not easy. So the description. Oh well, the prize is free T-shirt, picture on the Wall of Fame. We like pictures on the Wall of Fame.
Yeah.
I like T-shirts.
I like both
you
of
get
those
two.
things, but there's no way you could eat 3 pounds of ice cream in 8 minutes and not get like the most tremendous brain freeze of all time and
Diarrhea.
probably die. No, well, if you survive the brain freeze, you will die from the diarrhea. Yeah, it's true.
a delicious, huge bowl of ice cream with sprinkles and whipped cream. The sundae toppings are added and shaped like an octopus. There is an 8-minute time limit. They gave you very minimum. It is just 3 pounds of stuff on there, fam.
So I wonder, because it's an octopus, if it's 8 scoops of ice cream. Because it's
No, like everything is dressed like the
gotta be
picture
more than
shows
that.
just like whipped cream in the shape of an octopus. Like the legs was whipped cream, and then you see sprinkles underneath it. So like, I wouldn't say it's 3 pounds of ice cream, but it's pretty close. Because you got sprinkles on there, you got whipped cream. The whole thing's 3 pounds.
That's still
you
too
can
much.
say-
It's too much to eat in 8 minutes. The 8 minutes is the problem.
What
Not
is,
the 3. I believe. I'll say this. I believe I could probably
What are
eat.
oh,
3
those are
I believe.
standby.
I believe I
But
could.
we don't know, like a regular Turkey Hill Johnny. What is that's a six? What is that? A 64 ounce?
No,
I don't know.
it's a half gallon.
Yeah, half
Half
gallon.
gallon. All right. So how many?
Oh wait, so yeah, that is
Pounds.
so that is 64 ounces. But I don't know how many pounds.
Really?
It's not a lot. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like that's a lot of those. It's like several of those, like 5 or 6 or 7 of those is like 3 pounds. Like that's a lot of ice cream. So what I was about to say was I might be able to eat 3 pounds of ice cream, but it would take me a really long time. You'd have to leave most of it in the freezer. And just keep like feeding me bowls of ice cream. You know what I mean? That's the way I could do it, but not in 8 minutes. Not in 8 minutes at all. I would just have to sit there for like an hour eating ice cream or more.
All right, so a gallon of ice cream. Do you guys want to render to take a guess of how many pounds a gallon of ice cream is?
3.5.
Anthony,
What was the question? Sorry.
how many pounds is 1 gallon of ice cream? He says 3.5.
Oh wait, 1 gallon.
many
I'm sorry.
pounds?
I'm sorry. That reversed. Make it 1 pound.
How many pounds is 1 gallon?
Uh-huh. Of ice cream.
I'd say no, not 1 pound.
1.5
Got to be
pounds.
more than that. 3 pounds.
By rule of the game, Anthony wins. It's 4.5 pounds for 1 gallon of ice cream.
Really?
4.5. So you're telling me
It's less than a gallon of ice cream? That's like 2 of those things then I was off? Forget about it. I couldn't eat it still. Could not eat it in 8 minutes, but I could eat it pretty fast.
Yeah, I could probably do it in a half hour.
a gallon of
Right.
ice cream is 4.5
Pounds. That's
Pounds.
crazy to me. I don't
pounds.
that's crazy to
So
me.
a half would be 2.25. So it's a little bit more than your 64 ounce situation.
So it's 2 cartons of Turkey Hill, basically.
Less than that.
No, it's actually more than it. It's less than that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because 2 cartons would be a gallon. Boo.
So like, it's like a half thing is like a little over 2 pounds
I could eat that
for a
in,
half situation.
I could eat that in a pretty short period of time, but not 8 minutes.
Right. So just imagine. All right, listen. You go to the store for argument's sake. You get a half, the half gallon of whatever situation.
Here's
you
the other
want,
thing. I think
but
they're
it's got to
only
have
I think they're only
got to have
48
sprinkles
ounces.
on it, like all over, and then ice cream. Whipped cream and a cherry. That no.
Nuts.
We
right?
got an 8
No,
minutes.
listen to me.
but
Listen to
they're
me.
nuts, right?
I don't think the half gallons of ice cream are actually half gallons anymore. I think they're only like 48 ounces. I don't think they're 64 ounces of
Doing
ice
it
cream.
dirty like that?
Yeah. I think a half gallon is a
Well,
whole.
Inflation.
I don't think it is. I think it's
Things-
48
some
ounces.
things
Give me a
get
second. I'm
smaller.
gonna
Some
fact check
things
this. I'll be
get
right back.
Well, all right. Well, for argument's
All right.
sake, do you think that you can do that?
All right, I have a question for you, though. And now level with me on this.
I'll try.
Do you think that they would allow us to bring our own large or extra large cup of hot black coffee?
Yeah.
Eat the ice cream, drink coffee. Eat the ice cream, drink coffee.
Oh, how
Is
hard are
that
you trying to shit, bro?
But is that a cheat? Black coffee?
I didn't know.
I don't
Hot
know if
black-
that's I don't think that's
No.
necessarily a cheat, but maybe they don't allow it. But I wouldn't want. Why would you want to do that?
What are you doing?
To help melt the ice.
He
So
asked
I was
if
just saying-
if it would be cheating if he brought black coffee, hot coffee, and had it with the ice cream challenge.
like eat some ice cream, drink some coffee. Eat the ice cream, drink some coffee.
There's
Like,
no chance.
help it melt, keep you
Are-
warm.
there's no chance that it gets done in 8 minutes. 0%.
No, you're right.
No chance.
Right. I would, since it's a pay to play and it's only $16, I would, for a video, I would do it for a funny video.
Yeah.
100%.
I might. That one I might do for a video too because it's $16. But too bad for us. Point Pleasant's not a real place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Point Pleasant. You should have You should have used a better name for a place. People would have believed you.
That's not the name of the place.
There's actually a Hoffman's very close to me.
I'll
One of
bet
their
it is.
locations. I wonder.
It's probably the one in Point Pleasant.
No, it's not. The one is in a real town. I drive past it every day.
Oh, nice.
I'm wondering if they do that here, or if they just offer that at one location.
That's a good question. Is this
That is a good question.
franchise type dealie?
Because now that's one technically
But
all
let's be
three
real.
of us would be able to play in.
All jokes aside, Point
Yeah.
Pleasant isn't that far away from Chris either, so it's probably a matter of
No,
10 or 15
no.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very close.
Yeah.
Very, very close.
Put it
It's-
up. Hey, Chris, write it down in your notes.
I'm putting it down right now.
Yeah, that's a place we can go. Yeah, I didn't realize there's an actual website. I mean, you would think because of how hard, of just all food challenges per state.
Yeah, Randy Santel's website, right?
No, it's just like
Foodchallenges.com.
yeah, that's probably it. Then.
That's fine. I don't know who that is either, Anthony. Don't worry about it. But yeah,
He's just a competitive.
keep bringing that fire to the table.
Octopus challenge.
Yeah,
$16.
I like that because now we're all involved in,
That way
On a
we
piece
could
of
all
paper.
we could all
Tomorrow.
fail. We could all fail tomorrow. Fail together on this.
Oh, dude, you have to make sure the next day you don't have like anything that you really need to do.
Yeah, and I think I'm not speaking for the group, but maybe I am. I think this is more of a warm weather sport.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, summertime.
Summertime.
Although going in the off season, pending that they're open all year round. Some of those, like I don't know if my spot's open all year round, but
Has its
crowded.
benefits. Yeah, we'll balance it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we got it.
But
Yeah,
at least
no.
that's a good one that we can try to do.
Yeah.
Like Anthony said, it's at least now we have one that's on the board, like realistically on the board.
Yeah, good shout, dude.
Yeah, good job.
shout.
Nice work.
Thanks, guy.
Hell
The
yeah.
guy that I just all I just needed to do was not do it on the show.
Oh, okay.
You mean
Okay.
like
Gotcha.
extra credit work?
No, I just can't like you said, I'm not the guy that should be doing what I was doing
On
during
the
the
spot.
show, looking up the.
During the show. I got you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're not Chris and I were discussing you're not the most technically inclined of the team necessarily.
No.
It's all right.
I'm not that far. I'm not that far away from you. Honestly, I can do bare minimum. I'm
Well, you do more than me, and
slowly learning.
it should be the other way around via like just generation.
It's all good.
But I'm like,
It's
yo,
all-
F that technology, yo.
I don't want that noise.
Get that out of here.
So anybody else got anything going on right now?
No, like I said, dude. You know,
Just ill.
this is the second time I've had this, and the first time, like I told you before we hopped on, was I didn't really even know that I was sick. This time I was in bed for 3 straight days.
Mm.
Burning hot fever, dude. The weirdest fucking dreams I've ever had in my life. Crazy dreams.
Oh, do you remember anything?
I do. I remember two.
Anything you want to share?
One of them, yeah. One of them, we were together, and I don't know if it was cold. It had to have been cold. But I did something, and my pinky toe on my right foot completely came off my foot.
Uh-oh.
But it came off in a way that the foot part wasn't bleeding.
So it just fell off. It like just
Frostbite.
Yeah. Dude, I'm holding my pinky toe, freaking out. I don't know what to do. I'm in total panic. I'm like trying to just like stick it on. I don't know what to do. I end up putting it like in a sock and putting a sock on. So it's like in my foot.
That's a horrible idea. That's a terrible
I
idea.
didn't know what I didn't know what to
Rolling
do.
around between your toes and shit.
It was, it
get rid
was,
of
it
the. You
was,
got to
it
get
was
rid of the
bad.
toe at that point. It's already sealed up.
You're off balance for life. Just get with it.
Would that throw you off balance? Your pinky
That's
toe?
what
I
they
thought it was
say.
your big toe.
That's what. No, see if they say that about your pinky toe, it's like, oh, it's important for balance because people are like, because the argument always goes, well, would you cut off this? What would you cut off? And people are like, oh, I cut off my pinky toe, and people are like, well, it messes up your balance. But I don't think that that's really the case. Like if you lost your pinky, you probably get used to it real fast. Pinky toe.
Yeah,
Pinky toe.
probably.
Would you rather to lose your pinky toe or your middle toe?
Pinky toe.
Really?
I
Even
think
if
you use the middle
possible-
toe. I think you use the middle toe a lot more than you use the pinky toe when you're walking and stuff. You walk across.
Well,
the
no.
front
If
of
you
your
think
foot.
about it, if you're missing the middle one, you got full on side to side grip right there, fam. You're just
No.
down.
No, because the pinky toe is
I was
not
thinking
strong
more
enough.
along the lines. You're missing your pinky toe. You get to wear ninja slippers.
You can
Those
still
ninja
wear them.
slippers.
I mean,
Yeah, but they.
ninjas aren't
Yeah,
all
but-
missing their pinky toes.
But
Sure, some of them are.
No, they missed the middle one.
Listen. Maybe they cut them off. Maybe in the Shanghai dynasty they cut them off or something.
Yikes!
So that out of like the
Up.
craziest dream, you lost a pinky. Like that's just.
It
I would
is
have guessed much more extreme.
putting it in the sock with
Well,
the
that's-
foot is across the line. Like that's
Yeah, and being with you guys and you guys literally pissing your pants laughing at me the whole time while I'm in full panic mode. I
That's-
woke up from that dream
that's
middle
accurate.
of the night. I soaked through my sweatshirt, a long sleeve shirt, sweatpants. My hair was soaking wet.
It's probably
Dude,
because you were just wearing everything you just said.
it was so bad. Then the next night I got attacked by bees and nobody believed that I was getting stung by bees. You guys weren't there, but like there was other people there. And I'm like, I'm getting stung by bees. Like, you guys don't see this? I'm covered in bees. And everyone's like, dude, what are you
Attacked by the invisible bees.
I'm being like, it felt so real. Like when I woke up, my fucking hands were tingling, dude. Like it was weird, man.
Pins and needles.
being attacked by bees.
Invisible bees, bro.
Yeah,
Maybe
those
there's
are the
ghost
worst kind of
bees.
bees. Those are the worst kind of bees.
Yo, those invisibees.
Yeah, invisibees. Like I'm fucking a crackhead or something. Ah, blah, blah, get him out of me. Ah, blah, blah.
Oh my god, that just reminded me. What's that movie? Tommy Boy. Oh my god.
Being
You
attacked
remember
by
that?
bees. Oh my god, bees!
Yeah, yeah.
Save yourself.
Do you think you could like that could work?
No,
And if it was like a younger cop who's like never seen it, like you don't have to worry about
not a
them ever.
chance.
No,
Not a chance. No,
No?
no, no.
you
way.
could sell it good enough.
Nope. No way. No, they would not leave you there. If you were getting attacked
Listen,
by
it
bees,
depends on how
if you're getting attacked
bad
by
you could
bees,
get
it
in
was.
trouble.
My point is, if you're getting attacked by bees, then they'd have to be there. They have to stand there and like try to help you. You know, they're police. They're also there to help you, like in a different situation. Like if they realized that you really were in an emergency like that, they wouldn't just, oh, I'm getting out of here. Like, that's just not
Save
real.
yourself.
Yeah, it's not
But
real.
I would like if either one of you guys were getting attacked by bees, I would try to do.
I don't know what
I'd
I would
laugh
do,
later.
but I wouldn't run away.
No, I wouldn't run away. I would try to like
Spray
I
you
don't know,
with
like,
water or something.
spray you with water or
Yeah.
something.
No, stop it. You know what? The percentage of what would happen is probably like 70% of who's around you is the first thing they're gonna do is pull out their phone and start recording you getting attacked by bees.
I wouldn't do
If
that.
I would see that if we were in our 30s, you know what I mean, early 30s or late 20s, we would do that. But like, we're old enough to know, like, dude, what if he's allergic? We don't.
This
know that.
guy's
Like,
getting attacked.
I'm not
by
saying us. I was just
bees.
saying average person.
yeah.
If you're walking down the street and that just starts, oh, bees getting attacked by bees, everybody's gonna just be pulling out their phone, recording you, and just watching you getting attacked.
Well, if you're in public,
people
yeah,
walk
with no friends
right-
there, you're in trouble.
And people walked right over the dead CEO. # Luigi.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Jeez.
So like, dude, it's weird. Like nowadays, like, so yeah, if you were just out in the wild by yourself and you were getting attacked by bees, yes, I 100% back you on that. But if you were amongst like your friend group, maybe one of them will. But I think for the most part, the rest of them are going to try to help you out.
Oh, yeah, they plan it out.
Somebody
All right,
would
you
help.
record, we got this.
Somebody would help. Somebody would help. If there was a group of friends, somebody would help. Somebody would record. Everything would get done.
Right.
Everything would get done.
Who's got that tennis racket thing? That little bug thing.
Those things are cool.
Ooh, you know what I do have?
But you're not supposed to kill the bees, though. That's the problem. If you're getting attacked by bees,
I
you
have
can't. Oh, is that the
Bug assault gun with a
Oh,
laser
stop.
scope.
Nice. That's good.
All right. What's your KDR?
It's not very good. It's because you know what? Like when I first got it, I used it, and then I felt real bad, and I stopped.
Yeah, flies. I
You
don't
feel
know if
bad about it.
I don't feel bad about flies. Like there's other animals.
That's
Like
what I'm saying.
there was one season where I ended up killing a bunch of squirrels that were intruding on the house, and I felt really bad about that because some of them I had to finish off in pretty brutal ways. But flies, no. Flies, fuck those flies.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You're right.
They're disgusting. They're
I
disgusting.
used to feed the squirrels when I worked over at the bar. Dude, there was hundreds of squirrels, and my one boss over there.
I was like, stop doing that, you asshole.
He
There's
would try-
squirrels everywhere. We're trying to run a business.
He was getting pissed because he would trap them, and he would lie to me and tell me that he would fill a garbage can up and just drop the traps in the garbage can and drown them. And I'm like, dude, you're actually a piece
my
of
God.
shit. You're actually a
That's
fucking
something.
piece of
That's
shit.
something people do. I didn't do that, but I still was forced to take measures that, in hindsight, I was like, what am I doing? I can't keep doing this. We have to get rid of the bird
Right.
feeder. I was basically defending the family bird feeder when I lived with my parents. Like, this was a while back, and we had like some woods in the backyard, and the bird feeder was getting like fucked up by like raccoons and squirrels and all kinds of stuff that shouldn't have been there. And so we had this pellet gun, and we would just like take them down with the pellet gun. And some of them
Pellet gun?
Some of them
Metal or
wasn't-
plastic?
some metal. It wasn't. I mean, we're talking plugs to the head. We were plugging them. And sometimes you wouldn't get a perfect shot to the head, so you'd have to go and finish them in the backyard.
Dude.
Not what you want. I was usually pretty good though. I usually got them. He was usually pretty good about getting them because it was only about like a 15 to 20 foot shot right out the kitchen window.
Yeah, the kitchen window.
Yeah, we had to take
Easy
one of
there,
the
Rambo.
screens. We took one of the screens out of one of the kitchen windows, and you would just like slowly, quietly crank it open a little bit and put the barrel of the gun right out the window.
Sharpshooter
They're
type
calling
shit.
him Rambo. I'm
Pop,
thinking
right in the-
Remy.
Right in the back of the head. Right? No. No. That's not me. That's not me. Disavow. I was shooting squirrels in the backyard, in the woods.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my bird feeder, you prick.
Yeah, it was
He would,
very bizarre.
he wouldn't actually kill them. He would drive them out to
Farm upstate.
not upstate. He would just drive them like a couple miles up the road to I forget the name of the park. I took a couple of squirrels there a few times.
Chinese restaurant.
No. But there were so many times where I would come in the morning because I was the first one in every morning, and I would see these poor squirrels trapped. Either I would feed them in the cage or I would just release them from the cage. But then I would leave food all over the place, all around like the
That's good.
outskirts of the bar to feed them to make sure they were taken care of. I
They're
love
squirrels. They find nuts.
And now the place is overrun by squirrels.
It's a squirrel club.
Oh man, you guys want to play a game?
I do.
Anthony, do you want to play a
Never.
game?
Yeah.
I would love to play a game.
All right.
Certain games.
What game you guys
I
want
get
to play?
nervous.
I'm just kidding. I have a game. Okay. Welcome to, and I still got to
Yeah,
do
but
like,
it put me on the spot. So nervous. I would have been like, tic tac toe.
so in light of current recent events, I thought it might be fun to do a little president quiz about presidents, like American U.S. presidents.
That's a terrible idea.
So I'm going to ask you guys some random questions about U.S. presidents. And I'll give you multiple choice. And we'll go through it. So there's like roughly 15 questions plus a bonus question. And we'll see how you guys
Blow
do.
up.
And it's pretty much like I presumed that you guys would know equally as little about presidents. And I also know very little about presidents. So for me, as I was doing the quiz, I was learning facts, interesting facts. Nothing useful.
Okay.
Nothing useful, but just like random facts about presidents. And I'll give you multiple choice. You guys ready to play?
Yeah, let's do it.
I got to get some game show music, man. I got to do something about the game show music. Welcome to the presidential quiz via the Library of Congress blogs. Shout out Library of Congress blogs. Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you a question and then give you a multiple choice, and you'll have to tell me what you think the answer is, the correct answer, and I will be keeping score on my end. Question number 1. Which president served in Congress after his time in office and suffered a fatal stroke on the floor of the House chamber? Died right there on the job. Was it John Adams, John Quincy Adams, Millard Fillmore, or Woodrow Wilson? Chris?
Woodrow Wilson.
Anthony?
The first one.
John Adams?
Sure.
Sorry, you're both
Quincy
incorrect.
Adams had a beard.
It's John Quincy Adams. It is John Quincy Adams. He was born under British rule. He served as a president. Then he was just like chilling in the chamber on the job, had a stroke. His last words were, "This is the last of Earth, but I am composed," because he went out as a professional. Very professional death right there on the Congress chamber floor. Shout out John Quincy Adams. Number 2.
I thought John Quincy Adams was the guy who made the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But I'm horribly mistaken.
Well, I was
Talking about
close.
Quincy Jones. Which president was the first president to be sworn in by his nickname? Was it Jimmy Carter, Harry Truman, John F. Kennedy, or Ulysses S. Grant?
Truman.
Anthony?
The second one.
You have to tell me the name because I don't have
Because I don't
it.
remember. I feel like it was the second one you said.
No. I said Harry Truman second.
Damn, that's who I picked. So we're both wrong.
The answer
we both
is
picked the same.
Jimmy Carter. His name is James Earl Carter
Really?
Jr. His name is James Earl Carter Jr., but he was sworn in as Jimmy. He's the first and only president so far to be sworn in by his nickname. So like Harry Truman was sworn in as Harold Truman. But people just called him
So,
Harry.
so Christopher is my name. Chris is a nickname?
Technically, it's a short name.
Essentially?
That's the word for when your name gets shortened. It's still a nickname.
Okay.
You know, Chris is short for Christopher. Chris is a nickname for Christopher. You know,
Got it.
Yeah, it's not a short name. It's a nickname. I'm sorry.
basically, basically. Okay, still, guys, no points so far. No points.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Perhaps due to chronic depression, this president is said to have slept up to 11 hours a night and always took an afternoon nap lasting at least 1 to 2 hours.
Jesus.
I hope it's on the. I hope
Was it Zachary Taylor, Calvin Coolidge, Lyndon Johnson, or James K. Polk?
Calvin Coolidge.
Anthony?
Johnson.
It's Calvin Coolidge. Chris gets a point. This dude slept. He seemed to have a penchant for naps after lunch, but then his son died. Calvin Jr. died in like the first year of his presidency, and after that, they think that he slipped into a depression, and he would sleep like 2 hours or 3 hours after nap, and then 11 hours every night. So this president was just sleeping all the time. Calvin
God
Coolidge.
damn. How do you run the
Sleeping
country?
on the job.
Pretty much. Number 4. Chris is ahead 1-0. Anthony, you got to get it together. Pull your head out of your ass. Come on. Famed inventor Alexander Graham Bell. Do you guys know what he invented? What did he invent?
A bunch of stuff.
The telephone.
That's correct. The telephone.
Okay.
No point for
I
that
was
one.
like,
no point.
No,
No point for
I'm
that one.
dumb if I just answered that.
Total high five,
I
though.
was so confident that it was.
Famed inventor Alexander Graham Bell tried to save the life of this president after he was shot by an assassin. Is it James A. Garfield, Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Garfield, or John F. Kennedy?
James Garfield.
Anthony?
Because I think
The other Garfield.
Andrew Garfield?
Yeah.
Chris is correct. It's James A. Garfield. Another point for Chris. Andrew Garfield is the guy who played Spider-Man. Chris, go ahead.
my reasoning behind that was because I didn't think the timeline matched up between the lifetime of Alexander Graham Bell and John F. Kennedy.
That was the trick. And I also gave you Abraham Lincoln, but that didn't match up either. Good for you.
Yeah,
Good
that
job,
The
Chris.
Garfield one was the one. Just didn't know
You-
which Garfield.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You were so close. So close. But yeah, so the guy got shot, and then Alexander Graham Bell, he tried to save his life by they couldn't get the bullet out of Garfield. They didn't know where it was. The surgeon was like an asshole. The surgeon's name was Dr. D.W. Bliss. Okay? Dr. D.W. Bliss. And the D stood for doctor. His given name was Doctor. So his name was Dr. W. Bliss. And he was a dickhead, apparently. And he was insisting that the bullet was in the right side of Garfield. So Alexander Graham Bell comes and he's like, I've got this metal detector thing that I invented. Let me try to use it to find the bullet. And the guy's like, you can't search you can't do this, you can't do that. You have to search right here. So Alexander Graham Bell searched where this dude Bliss said to search, but he was searching in the wrong spot. So they never found the bullet, and homeboy died. But Alexander
Wow.
Graham, and he invented like a magnetic metal detector to try and find the bullet in the president. That's pretty dope.
That is cool.
We need that to find treasure.
Anthony, I just want you to know that those two answers that I just got were fully 150% guesses, dude.
Yeah, I figured like most of these would be
No.
guesses. I would be guessing too if I was in your shoes. Number 5.
Yeah.
According to his wishes, this president was buried wrapped in the American flag and his head rested on a copy of the Constitution. A huge try-hard move. Was it James Madison, Andrew Jackson, Andrew Johnson, or James Monroe?
Andrew Jackson.
I was gonna say that one.
Chris leaves.
Yeah, I'm gonna
two
go
nothing.
with
Still say it.
Oh, your same one?
Yeah, I'm
Same
gonna
answer?
go with Dan. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's Andrew Johnson. Andrew Johnson. Yeah, he was a
Jackson money.
super try-hard move. Big, huge try-hard move. I love the United States. Wrap me in a flag and put the Constitution on me. No, really, seriously, shout out to Andrew Johnson. Great guy. Which president worked to save football from being banned in the United States? Was it John F. Kennedy, Dwight Eisenhower, Harry Truman, or Theodore Roosevelt?
Roosevelt.
Anthony?
Eisenhower.
Chris is correct. It's Roosevelt.
Fuck
Now
off.
leads 3-0. So in the very beginning of football, it was actually fatal. It was so dangerous that in 1908 there were 18 fatalities reported. So the president literally had to get involved. And listen to this: he called together the first council, the Intercollegiate Conference, which is a precursor to the NCAA. And they tried to start creating rules for football because the kids who were dying playing football were not professionals. They were in college. This was all before professional football was even a thing. So the college kids were dying at such a high rate playing football that they wanted to abolish football. And so instead he's like, yo, let's just make it safer. So he had several different meetings. He first ended helped negotiating the end of the Russo-Japanese War, and then go and meet with Yale, Harvard, Princeton, and say, guys, make football safer. And so then there was a spike in deaths in 1909, which led to more reforms that laid the foundation for what modern football is today. But Roosevelt was out there in the streets.
Not to get off track, but when did the NFL start? Was that 1912?
It was like the 20s, 1920s, I think is what we remember. We
25.
learned
23.
in our 20. I was thinking 27,
Oh, yeah,
but yeah,
they
it's
just
right in
had
that
their
area.
100th. Last year was 100 years, right?
Or maybe this year.
So it was
one or
19.
the other. 24, 25, something like that, yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, this is all pre
What was
that.
for the Giants?
And it's all and the Giants are, I think, an original team. It's all for college kids. So there you go. Chris, 3-0. Anthony, get it together. Which president changed the name of the presidential mountain retreat from Shangri-La to Camp David after his grandson? Where the president goes and hides away or whatever, his resort retreat is called Camp David. It used to be called Shangri-La. Who renamed it after his grandson? Was it Dwight Eisenhower, Harry Truman, Franklin Roosevelt, or Lyndon Johnson?
Oh, I think
Eisenhower.
I think it's Eisenhower, but I think I could be wrong.
Oh, it's Eisenhower. I think I saved Chris with that bell. Chris was going to change his answer.
Oh, you fucked me.
I don't hear the effects.
You didn't hear the bell?
No.
Anthony, did you hear the bell? Oh, okay. Then
I
never
heard
mind.
earlier when you did the wah wah wah.
Got
That
it.
came in crystal clear. Like
All right.
certain things I can hear.
It's 4-1. Anthony's finally on the board. Eisenhower, it was called, it got taken over in 1938. It was built in 1938 as a camp for government employees, and then it got taken over by President Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt, who named it Shangri-La. And then when Eisenhower moved in, he changed it to Camp David. So there you go.
Shangri-La, what is that? Is that
It's a reference.
Asian?
It's a reference to a mountain kingdom in the novel The Lost Horizon from 1933. It's like a faraway place that's got lots of treasure and it's imaginary and you can't actually find it, but it's a beautiful, perfect place, you know.
Narnia.
I guess like Narnia, sure. Which president took the oath of office in his own home? Was it William McKinley, Chester A. Arthur, Chester B. Arthur, or Grover Cleveland?
Chester A. Arthur.
I think it's between two, and I'm gonna say it's McKinley, but I know I can't take two answers, but if it's not McKinley, I think it might be Garfield. But go ahead.
Garfield wasn't even a choice.
McKinley. Oh, last one you said Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland.
Chris is wrong. Anthony is correct. It's Chester A. Arthur.
Sick.
When his predecessor was assassinated, and the vice president was at home, and they'd swore him in right at his house. They were like, "Yo, the president just got assassinated.
You're
you're it. Tag, you're it. Get down on your knee or whatever they do. I don't know." Number 9. Oh, Anthony gets another point. Sorry, 4-2. 4-2.
creeping.
He's coming up. Out of the 5 presidents that have worn a beard, this president is said to have had the longest beard. Longest beard. Is it Theodore Roosevelt, Rutherford B. Hayes, William Howard Taft, or Woodrow Wilson? Longest beard for a president.
Woodrow Wilson.
I was gonna say Woodrow. Fuck it, Woodrow Wilson. I swear I was gonna say it. I'm not copying.
That's okay.
Unfortunately, you're both
We could be
wrong.
both wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah, Taft.
Rutherford B. Hayes. He was the third.
Oh.
He was the third bearded president out of 5. So he was the middlemost one. And I saw some pictures, and he did in fact have the longest beard, but not by much. It wasn't like a super long beard. It was just like slightly longer than the other guys. It would be great to see a president wear a beard. Like if Trump grew a beard, that would be funny to me. It would be like flying all over, just like the top, like his hair would be. Imagine what his beard would look like. What could it look like? What could it look like? Which president? 4-2. Which president was a Rhodes Scholar? Which president was a Rhodes Scholar? Was it Ronald Reagan, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, or Bill Clinton?
Obama.
Anthony?
I'm wrong.
Clinton.
Anthony. Coming back. Now it's 4-3. Bill Clinton is correct.
What is a Rhodes Scholar, if I may ask?
I don't have that information in front of me here. It's like you're a very distinguished student, I believe, is really like it's like the most distinguished possible student you could be as a Rhodes Scholar.
Like your highest honor, basically.
Yes. He received it from Oxford University. While he was at Oxford, he studied law and was active in the student life, particularly protests against the Vietnam War. So, the highest honor a student can get, I guess. Bill Clinton. So it's 4-3. Anthony's coming back. It's now question number 11, so you are running out of time. Who was the first vice president to assume the presidency due to the death of the elected president? Was it William Henry Harrison, Franklin Pierce, John Tyler, or Lyndon B. Johnson?
Pierce.
Pierce.
You're both wrong. It's John Tyler. John Tyler joined the Whig Party and won the vice presidency in 1840 on a ticket with William.
Oh.
He was on the ticket with William Henry Harrison. So William Henry Harrison was actually the guy who was the president, and then Harrison died in April of 1841, and Tyler was the first ever vice president to assume office after the death of the president. Yep. No points.
Interesting.
Still 4-3. Time is running out. We have 4 more questions and then a bonus question. Anthony, you can't keep answering the same thing as Chris, or else you're not going to win or even catch up. Who was the only man? I just need to tell you because that's not a good strategy. You can't keep answering the same thing as him.
Not a strategy. I thought it was that guy.
Who was the only man to be elected twice as U.S. vice president and twice as president of the United States? Was it George H.W. Bush, so Daddy Bush, Richard Nixon, Abraham Lincoln, or Gerald Ford?
Ford?
Daddy Bush.
No, you're both wrong. It's Richard Nixon. Nixon served as vice president. He was the vice president for Dwight Eisenhower's 2 terms, and he was the president for 2 terms. So, Richie Nixon, our guy.
Dick Nix.
Yeah, exactly. Before Ronald Reagan, as everybody knows, Reagan was an actor before he was president. But before Ronald Reagan, this president was the first to be featured in a dramatic film. Was it Jimmy Carter, Theodore Roosevelt, Grover Cleveland, or John F. Kennedy?
Ah, shit. Kennedy.
Ooh. Anthony?
Roosevelt? No, yeah.
He got it. I think he got it.
It's Grover Cleveland, guys. Grover Cleveland. And Anthony's running out of time. He was in a scene in a film in 1896. There's another film that like disputes it because they think that this other film came out first in 1896, but when the guy was in the film in 1896, he hadn't yet become president. So it was like a technicality. It's like this guy was in a film and he became president later. So he's the first president on film, but he wasn't actually president during the film. Whereas Grover Cleveland was actually president and he like signed a bill into law on film. That was what he did. That was his role in the film, whatever the film was. In 1934, the image of this president was printed on the $100,000 bill, the highest denomination ever issued by the U.S. federal government. Who was on the $100,000 bill? Was it Woodrow Wilson, Grover Cleveland, Rutherford B. Hayes, or Ulysses S. Grant? $100,000 bill.
Go for the guy.
What did you say?
What?
Oh, the second one?
Grover Cleveland?
No, just can you
Yeah, Cleveland.
I'll read them again.
can you say-
Woodrow Wilson, Grover Cleveland, Rutherford B. Hayes, Ulysses S. Grant.
Grant.
And Anthony, you're with Cleveland?
Yeah.
It's Woodrow Wilson.
Son of a P.
Yeah, like after
Gonna
the
say what I was getting mad Simpsons vibes by his name.
that was the name of my middle school when I lived up in North Jersey. So yeah,
Mine
there was.
go
ahead.
Mine was Grover Cleveland when I lived in Queens.
There you go. In 1934, it was like right after the Great Depression, or during, I guess, the Great Depression, maybe towards the end, and like money had been devalued so much, and gold was the only thing that mattered. So he set a Gold Reserve Act, which allowed the Treasury to print bills for $100,000 with Woodrow Wilson's face on it. And the bills were only ever used between banks, between institutions. Like people didn't have $100,000 bills in their pocket, but they did exist.
Huh.
All right, Anthony,
Let me get one.
we got one question and then one bonus question. Question 15.
Oh, snap.
One of America's most well-known American poems by Walt Whitman begins. If you've seen the movie with Robin Williams, you'll recognize this. "O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every track, and the prize we sought is won." In this poem, Whitman's captain is which president? Is it George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, or Andrew Jackson?
Thomas Jefferson.
Anthony?
Washington.
Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln is the answer.
Son of a
for.
Lincoln.
The captain in the poem, the poem is about a captain who dies just as his ship reached the end of a stormy and dangerous voyage. And it represents Lincoln, who was assassinated just as the Civil War was ending. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Did you ever see that Dead Poets Society, the movie with Robin Williams?
Maybe.
I've heard of it. I know of it. I've never seen it. And if I have, I was very young.
It's really good. Yeah, I mean, it came out when we were really young, but it's a really good movie, very powerful. It's certainly a drama, but I mean, it was really, really good.
I ain't about
being
that drama.
Okay, Anthony, you got one more question left to possibly tie. But right now, Chris, you're sitting in the driver's seat. If you get this one right, you win it outright. You can't be beat. Here we go. Who was the only president to serve more than 2 terms? Served more than 2 terms. Was it William Howard Taft, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt? Chris.
Eisenhower?
Chris?
Theodore Roosevelt.
The strategy there would go Eisenhower.
You're both wrong.
Son of a
Unfortunately,
monkey shit.
Yeah, it was Franklin D. Roosevelt. He was the 32nd president of the United States. He served from 1933 to 1945 when he died. 12 years. 12 years. And then after that, he's the longest serving U.S. president. He's the only president to serve more than 2 terms. And shortly after his presidency, not because of his presidency per se, but shortly after that, I guess they changed the law.
rules.
Yeah, so now nobody can do more than 2 terms. But yeah, I looked at that. That one wasn't actually in the quiz, but as I was looking through like the list, I was like, wait, what the hell is this? I was like, 1933 to 1945. That's 12 years, and then I had to separately research that one. But with a score of 4-3 in our 16-question quiz, guys, you figure you'd even guess some right more than that. But 4-3, here we are. The winner is Chris. Nice job, Chris.
I was nervous. I thought he was going to just creep up.
He was almost there. He was almost
did a
there,
little.
but he was just throwing haymakers, wild haymakers at the end.
Those
and-
last two questions, my butthole was like, hey, relax. Give me a few minutes.
Yeah, you can tell her your rap. Tell her all you got to do is close the show. Tell her the only thing you got to do left is just now end the show, and you're good to go. And then you can go play.
First I want to say that was actually a really fun game.
No, it wasn't. Fucking sucked.
I learned some things.
There were
That
some
was really
interesting
cool.
facts, right? It wasn't just like boring things like who signed the bill for this to be
No, that was
illegal.
cool.
Blah, blah, blah.
That was definitely cool.
So yeah, once again, I got the quiz from Library of Congress, like .gov, loc.gov, and in their blogs. So I didn't make that. I only made up one of those questions. I was like, I can't do a whole quiz. I don't have the time for that. But I will steal some good questions, and that is what I did.
Awesome. I have a possible show idea for next week. If you guys are into it, how would you all like to? They won't be in real time, but watch and review some wild police chases.
Explain this to me. How does
So,
this
like,
happen?
So like I can share my screen, right? So essentially like I can pull up a video of like a car chase compilation and we can just like review it, make our own commentary, if you will.
All right. That sounds fine to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll be fun. Like we could like take
Anthony's
bets on the
overjoyed.
outcomes of
Anthony's
the
blown
show.
away by it. He loves it. He loves the idea. You can tell.
I think Anthony hates me. I think-
Get out of here, you bum. Yeah, I'll watch some car chases. I can have some comments on that.
Some of them are really funny. Some of them are really cool.
It's not something I normally do,
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
like
up for it.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do. It's a possibility. It's
Okay.
a possibility.
Well, wait, you can't tease something so cool and hot as car chases and then not do it. What the hell? I mean, you
We'll
can't dangle
something
that kind of juicy
next
stuff
week.
in front of me and then pull it away.
Next week's episode
abuse.
will involve car chases.
That's a form of abuse.
We are gonna do car chases next week.
Okay.
Stay tuned. 2025. Yeah, America. Guys, thank you so much. Dave Anthony, thank you so much.
My fucking ass
Check us out on
hurts.
YouTube.
My fucking ass hurts.
It does.
Sorry, go ahead.
Guys, check us out. Check us out on YouTube at the Two Cloud of Mind Show. We're everywhere that podcasts live in audio world. At the Two Cloud of Mind Show, all over social media, the same at the Two Cloud of Mind Show. If you want to check us out individually, I'm at Chris_is_not_funny on
DC.
Instagram.
DC in the City on all social media. Anthony, thanks for hanging out, man. You can't make the
Guys,
gun sound.
We love you. Guys, we love you. Seriously, thank you so much. Like and subscribe. Tell all your friends. Share.
We got to, you
Help
know what
us
we got to
out.
do? I'll tell you what we got to do is, because it'll easily get us way more subscribers and we won't even have to worry about it, is run an ad. But in order to run an ad, we have to actually record an ad. So maybe the next time we get together, or, you know, between now and the next time we do our thing, I'm going to try to write up like a little like short script or something so that we can sit here right on this call and record some stuff that I can then cut together and make an ad out of that we can then promote on YouTube and run, because we'll get subscribers. I'm running now my second ad for Spirit for Spirits, and halfway through the ad period, I think we've added something like 500 subscribers just off of this one ad, and we've gone from when we started in the beginning of December. I've gone from 140 subscribers to over 1,200 subscribers in, you know, a month and a half or whatever it's been, a month and 7 weeks.
Hell yeah, dude.
And that's only off of the back of 2 ads, 1.5 ads so far. The second ad is only halfway through. So, I mean, we could end up reaching like 1,500 subscriptions by the end of this ad. And so from where we're at, I think running one would make a lot of sense.
I'd love to. I'd love to. I think, yeah.
I'll think up a script. I'll think up some stuff for us to all say, and we'll record it separate from our show, and then I'll cut something together, and it'll be good.
Sick. Awesome. Guys, you heard it here.
There you go.
Love you guys so much.
Oh, Chris, don't die.
Stay clouded.